I decided to enlist in the Marine Corps at the age of 17, and I knew I needed more discipline and responsibility in my life. And both my parents were blue-collar workers, so I needed to honor that by doing something with my life. I joined the Marine Corps thinking that everyone carried a rifle and fought on the front lines, and some of us got to learn other stuff. And then when I got to the Marine Corps, I realized there were so many jobs in the Marine Corps, and finally landed in EOD school and became an EOD tech, which is explosive ordnance disposal. It's like being a bomb tech. In Afghanistan in 2010, there wasn't a daily routine. It was just very kinetic, as we say. Not always something highly dangerous, but always something. If there was anything hazardous or explosive suspected, we were out helping. August 6, 2010. The backstory is, having worked in southern Helmand province, Afghanistan, the Garmsur district, we had taken over a village that had a lot of bad people and bad things in it. In 6 days, I rendered safe 38 IEDs, as myself as a team leader and my teammate, the two of us. The other 4 EOD techs rendered safe another dozen, so we were at 50 IEDs in 5.5 days. The morning of the 6th day, we began to clear out some of the buildings we knew were more dangerous. Having rendered safe what they found, I took a break and leaned against a small wall, maybe 2 feet tall. And when we called other Marines to come in and help carry some of the stuff away, while they were approaching, I leaned off the wall and stepped out on an IED that I didn't know was there. So it was directly under me, maybe off to the right a little. It took both my legs above the knee and a lot of severe damage to my right forearm. As soon as I lost my legs, the only option from there was what's next. And I think being an EOD tech and being put in that scenario for other guys enough times, you train yourself, you're conditioned to think that way. But it's a lot easier said than done. And for sure there were days that, I hated everybody, everything. But for the most part, from the very beginning, the first thing that was said to me once I came back conscious in Germany, the nurse looked at me kind of, without startle and just said, "Yeah, you'll walk again." And that was, I remember that to this day, and I think that I believed it as soon as she said it, so I didn't really worry about it. 5 months after injury, before I ever started walking, I went back to school, started doing college courses, and since then I've been able to be an advocate for wounded warriors. Not that our country doesn't do a lot, because it does, but more for educational reasons, so people understand what the term wounded warrior means. It's vitally important to raise the awareness, because too often, even within the military, people think, oh, well, they just got it. The DOD has it, the VA has it. And even if they do, that's not society. Before I could even walk, I was driving down the road with my wife. She was driving, I was riding, and I was trying to figure out my iPad. And a country music singer came on the radio and was talking about the boot campaign, about what they were doing. And it just sounded, it sounded like a new idea. It sounded like something I would want to do. So trying to use my iPad, I looked them up. I think I ordered like 5 shirts and a pair of boots that day, and just sent a little email that basically said, "My name's Joey, I'm a Marine, I have no legs, and I want to help out." And I said, I'll even fold shirts, I don't care. I think it's a great cause, a great idea. I believe that you can look as far as what veterans are doing for our country to know why it's important. Not only on the battlefield or even in service, but when they get out and they hold a higher personal standard. They bring that into society and they make society a better place. I wouldn't say doing push-ups is a physical labor, but in some ways it is. You break a sweat. I think it might have tripped a few people out to see a guy walk up there with no legs and jump down on the ground, but we were able to make it happen, and I think I did more push-ups than a lot of guys, so it was a great time. It was an awesome time, actually. It's not about how many you can do or how well you can do them. It's the fact that you want to be there and you want to do them is what matters. And you're doing something for a cause greater than yourself. And I think that's a lot of what America's about. So I think it's a great idea, and I'm excited to do it this year.